Hey guys, my name is Rupal Chandy, and you might be seeing in wherever you're seeing me, whether it is in my YouTube channel or anywhere else. I am here with my friend Teresa Duckworth. Hey, we are live right now.
Yeah, you're already on.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, it's great to be having you. I know you had a coaching session right now with Tony Robbins, right, through the organization, and then she's just finishing up, coming in to talk to us.
Yeah.
And I haven't even told her what the topic is today. The topic is how to navigate, and how to navigate in the new world order that is created. What is going to happen to economy and business in the post-COVID world? That's what we are talking about today. So welcome, Teresa. It's great to be with you.
Okay, great. It's good to be here. So what is going to happen in the new world? Was that what you said?
World order after COVID. What is going to happen?
After COVID, what's going to happen? Okay, that's a good conversation to have.
Absolutely.
Actually, it's interesting because I just actually spoke to someone who was dealing with some fear and uncertainty of moving forward in something. And what we looked at, she said, the first thing she said to me was, how do I get more courage? How do I get more courage in something to move forward? And so what we did was we looked at, well, what's the opposite of courage? It's fear. And then you've got the courage, and what's under fear, what represents fear. And it's okay to have fear because sometimes fear is good to have. And so we just laid out what was the fear, what was the uncertainty, the risk, what was it that was going to be potential loss for you. And then we looked at, okay, well, what does that mean? And then what could you do to actually help move towards courage? So we created a plan around that, which was the first thing I'd say is, regardless of what's showing up, is to have a clear, concise vision of where you want to go, regardless. And so we did a lot of work in that. So we could talk some more, but I want to hear what you're...
Absolutely. And I want to share one gift with the group. There are so many people who are asking us about how to, so many people are asking us how to be productive in an uncertain world. Because the moment stress hits us, like it hits the fan, and all of a sudden we cannot move anymore. We are like, oh my gosh, what do I do now, right? So many people in, since we talk and teach in so many countries in the United States, Canada, Germany, other European countries, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, India, so many other countries, that since we are teaching in so many other countries, people have been asking us, what can we do to be productive in such a world? So I have shared one of the training. It's a portion of the training that we did for our premium accelerator program that people pay up to $3,000 and $5,000 to attend. And so I'm sharing the productivity piece of that training for free for anybody who's listening to go ahead and sign up and use that to sign up to this productivity training. As soon as you sign up, you get access to for free as a gift from us. You get it for free, and you could go ahead and use that to increase your productivity. That being said, Teresa, you have a valid point about fear and stress and courage and things like that. So tell me, before we get in, tell me, what did you do to this client without naming the person? So this person showed up and say, I want more courage. Does he own a business?
No, they're just changing careers.
Okay, changing careers. Okay, so let's since if you don't know Teresa, so since you guys are, by the way, this is live streamed into 7 locations. So this is going on my personal page, and if you guys are seeing it in my personal page, welcome, my friends. And if you're seeing it in my fan page with 30,000 plus people, welcome again. And how to be successful with tens of thousands of people. And it's going on our MBA group, which is a group for people from my home state in India. And then there is 90 Days to Life, and it's also going in my YouTube channel. So thank you. Welcome everybody from different parts of the world for listening to us. And let me introduce Teresa for today, since many of you might not know her because you might be coming from different places. So Teresa is a three times Guinness World Record holder. She's a marathon runner. She was a Canadian actress, and she's one of the best Tony Robbins coaches. She still help people Tony Robbins, organization for coaching to help business owners and professionals move to the next level. So before you start asking me questions, let's ask you the question: what did you do? What can somebody who's feeling fear, somebody who's feeling uncertain, somebody who don't know what to do, what can they do right now to manage their fear?
Yeah, well, and having fear right now is really where survival is, and in survival, it's easy to get stuck in survival because that's where the questions on looking for reasons that support why you're in survival. Rubel, are you still there?
I'm still here.
Okay, well, of course you disappeared there. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Our studio is getting more advanced. It's capable of doing like multiple.
Wow.
So since you're talking right now, we just wanted to make sure that it's fully focused on you.
Okay, great. Okay, so just my thoughts around fear. Having a little bit of echo there now. Let me just see here. Got a bit of an echo. Okay. What I would suggest is lay out like the fears at one end, and on the other end of the continuum is courage. So fears at one end and courage is at the other. And you want to list what are all the fears that you have, what is showing up for you. And a lot of times fear is a result of just uncertainty. There's risk, perhaps. There's the unknown that's there. And so as a result, it could be that, hey, we're fearful that can we make enough money during this time? Is what's going to happen? Can we stay connected to people in our lives? Are we going to get to travel? Like there's so many fears that can show up. Are we going to keep our business? Is our business going to survive through this? So you lay out all those fears and what they are. And then what I would say is take a look at those and then look at what do you really want? What is the vision you want for this year coming? For 2021, what is the vision you'd like to create for yourself? If you could actually create it, get clear on that vision, because fear usually doesn't have a vision. It's missing that.
I love that. So what you're saying is fear doesn't have hear that again, guys. Fear doesn't have a vision. It is just lack of clarity, right? So fear is not going to tell you, hey, this is your vision for next year. You have to come up with a vision. Go ahead.
Well, fear is right. It's more catastrophic. It's what could go wrong. It's risk. Now, there's nothing wrong with being fear. We need to also make our friend too, because there's some good things in fear. We can grow in that fear. And in growth is how we build our confidence. So think about it. All those things you're fearful of. Okay, so now let's create some certainty in those fears. If there's fear around financial, think about what could you do if you had to do it, if you really had to make it a must to support your family or whatever it is. What could you do to actually work on building the financial end of it? What could you do if there was an issue around, let's say, getting more customers in your business? You got to get rid of that. And then from there, once you can look at those fears and figure out things that you could actually do, even if it sounds crazy, just write it down. It's an opportunity then to see that there's opportunity to grow in that space. Growth is what moves you towards confidence. But you need to have a clear, concise plan. And you can create that by looking at your fears and laying out what's the opposite. What could I do to overcome this fear and move into it? Make that fear something you can actually do the opposite to. Now, the other thing is that when you get that clear, concise vision, lay out the goals. What would it take? All the goals necessary to reach that vision. And then you want to share that vision with people. We need community. We need to have people that we share things with and not try and do everything alone, especially now. We need to be communicating our vision, sharing it. And, some people will encourage you and be excited for you, and there'll be others that might be showing up with their fear also when you share it with them.
So pause for a second. So let's add that distinction very clearly, that there are some people, when you share your goals with people, some people say, wow, that's amazing. Let's go. I'm so looking forward to seeing you succeed. And there are other people who would say, you know what? Oh my gosh, this is a dangerous world. Economy is so bad. Life is going to be horrible. Don't do it. That's dangerous. That's scary. Please don't do it. That's scary. Please don't do it. There are people who say that too. Okay, keep going.
So you have to remember that that's their fear. There's their fear showing up. And I don't know who told me this once, but I remember this way of thinking, this situation around when you don't want to, when somebody gives something to you, when somebody shares a way of being with you that doesn't help build you up. Imagine if someone has a gift and they want to give you that gift, but you say, you know what, I don't think I want that gift. Who does the gift belong to?
It belongs to the person who gave it to you.
Exactly. So imagine somebody, when you're sharing your vision, I think we have a little bit of breakdown here with the internet. When you're sharing your vision and somebody shows, when you're sharing with someone who has a lot of fear and they want to share that fear with you, imagine that's the gift of fear. They're passing you their gift of fear. You have a choice to accept that gift of fear and take it, and you have it now from them, or just to kind of be present to the fact that, wow, that's their gift of fear. You know what? Maybe I can inspire or give them some hope by listening to me, perhaps, because you're going to either hope, inspire, or move them to action.
Okay.
Or somebody may show up with the gift of like excitement for you. And those are the gifts you want to take, and you want to build those gifts up and stack them up. The ones of fear, you just want to allow them to keep their gift, but perhaps you can inspire them as a result of that. And the more gifts of the other will help build your community and also just your confidence in moving forward.
That's beautiful. So let me add one more distinction there, and then we could actually get into our topic here. Okay, so here is the thing. That's a beautiful thing. Like, pay attention to that, guys. So what Teresa is saying is like the way, like, understand it like really clearly, that if one person is giving you the gift of fear, you could take the intelligence from it. You could say, you know what, if there is an intelligence that I need to take from there, your grandma, your mom, your parents, your friends, your college mates, your buddy from kindergarten, you know, they meet with you, and all of a sudden they in the morning, they are a salesperson. They are a professional salesperson for fear. Their business is selling fear. And this person shows up in your life and they say, you know what, I have a really nice package for you. Do you want the regular package or the platinum package or the premium package? And you have the option, just like you don't need to buy other products from people that you don't want to buy. You could always say, you know what, this is not a time I'm buying fear. I'm not buying fear today, right? So there, that might be your parents, that might be your mentors, that might be your husband, your wife, your children, you know, the best friend ever. If they're selling fear, you could say, whoa, like, wait for a second. You know, I'm not going to buy fear from you. You can make your data, you can share your data, you know, you could share your information, but I'm not going to buy from you. So that distinction itself is worth this video, right? So I just wanted to comment on that. Like, you know, that distinction could dramatically change your life. Why? Because if you are able to be conscious, if you are able to be the protector of your fort, if you have a fort and the fortress is protected with this blocks that are very strong, you know, it's very open. There is a gate for people to come in and give you ideas. At the same time, you are protecting the psychology, the fort around in your head, and you are coming and saying, you know what, I'm not going to buy fear from you. I'm going to stay where I am. And if there is an intelligence in your fear, I will pick that up, but in a loving way, right? And also another thing is, stop selling fear to other people. Because when world reaches a point where everything is uncertain, like we are going through right now, we all subscribe to be fear salesmen. Because before, we didn't have any job, and all of a sudden we started this full-time job called fear salesmanship. I love this metaphor, Teresa. This is beautiful, right? So we enroll into this company and we say, you know what, I am selling fear part-time. You know, I found a part-time job to sell fear. And the entire world starts selling fear to each other. That is a recession. That is a depression, right? That's when we are into major financial challenges in the world.
Yeah.
But that's the point where we have the greatest opportunities. So we will start talking about that in a second. Teresa, go ahead. You were going to say something.
No, I was going to say that make this, we've got what, 5 weeks left of 2020. Why not take on the challenge of just offering the gift of inspiration, the gift of hope over the next 5 weeks. Make that a challenge that you take on yourself, or have other people with you do that, your community, and see what the difference is for you and how you feel, so that at the end of this year, you can be celebrating something like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. Do the best for the rest of the year. By the way, if you guys speak a language called Malayalam, which is another language that I speak from India, and so if you are from Kerala and if you're listening to this, and if you haven't subscribed and decided to come to our free event that is done in Kerala, which is a mega Zoom event conducted by one of the major entrepreneurial organization in Kerala, I would love to put that link in the bottom. And if you want to participate, that feel free to. It's a gift from us. Feel free to participate it. But that is done in a different language called Malayalam. If you understand that language, you could participate. That it's going to be a mega event for 500 to 1,000 people will be attending that event. And so I'm so looking forward to seeing you. If any of you guys speak Malayalam, just let me know. I'll be happy to put that in the chat, and you could join in. But since there are so many people signing up from so many places, look into put that in a comment, and then our team will let you know how you could register for that. So let's talk about what happens to economy. What happens to economy after COVID? So before I go into that, let's make sure that I communicate. I'll be covering this in deep with a lot of details in this live event that we are doing. So I will put that in the chat here for Kerala event in Malayalam. So that's a different language. Teresa, you're welcome to come with us to Kerala and it's a beautiful place. And feel free to come with me next time, and we would do a blast. We will have a blast there with some amazing people, some of our amazing clients. So it's all there. Okay, awesome. Yeah, so with that, what's going to happen to the world? And we have probably 10 minutes. Do you have like 10 minutes? Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, okay, beautiful. Okay, so let's spend next 9 to 10 minutes discussing what's going to happen to the world. So many people, from more than a dozen countries, ask me this question day in and day out. What is going to happen? What is going to happen to the business? And as if I have all the answers, right? Nobody has answers to this. Nobody has a clear answer as to where this is going to lead us. But there are some answers that I think is true, and there are probability for certain things to happen. And I'm going to share with you what I think it's going to happen, right? And as I'm explaining this, feel free to interject or ask me any questions about the things that you want to get answers to, Teresa. Okay. Mm-hmm. So here is what I'm seeing. So the world, as we saw, and by the way, we did an entire video for 30 minutes on about the world affairs and where world is going after COVID. Feel free to check that out in our YouTube channel. Search for Rupal Chandy Business Accelerator, and you'll be able to find those if you're not listening to me from our YouTube channel. Okay, so the bottom line is I will start from 2008. So 2008, we got into this financial crisis in the US because we Americans were not very disciplined in terms of spending money. We ended up spending a lot of money, and since we ended up spending a lot of money, and when there was a challenge in the financial market, which I'm not going to go deep into, but some challenge happened in the financial market, and all of a sudden, economy went, Lehman Brothers went down, and then AIG, an insurance company which insured all these companies, was about to bankrupt. It's as if, right, you're going in a boat and going in 10 cruises are going in a sea, and all of a sudden 5 of the cruise ships are broken. Now the company that insures the cruises are going bankrupt at the same time because the company who was insuring it, they cannot protect it. That's what happened in 2008 in a very, very high level perspective. Then what happened was, in order to protect us from having a major financial crisis, what US did was US ended up printing a lot of money. So that was around $7 trillion, which is an enormous number of money, and $7 trillion. And because we was printed $7 trillion of money, there was significant excess money in the market, and that created another boom of economy from then till 2020. And that's when the COVID hit. And COVID hit, and all of a sudden, imagine that there was a financial challenge going on and behind the scene, and all of a sudden COVID happens. And at this point, fast forward, US spent around $5 trillion more this year, and then it's going to spend another $3 to $4 trillion. So essentially, globally, we would have printed around $25 trillion globally, all over the world from 2018 to by end of 2020, mid 2021. So in order for us to get out of this problem, we need to be investing a lot of money to come out of it. So what does that mean? It means that a lot of organization, first of all, since there is excess money, basic law of economics, if there is a lot of money coming into the system, then the value of money will go down. That's how it works all the time. So naturally, we are about to have a currency challenge. We can call it a currency crisis. That's a reality. We are about to have a currency crisis. So currencies all over the world could have a major impact from this particular challenge. So because many of the currencies, including US dollar, will have major effect from having excess money. That's common sense. That's not a prediction. It's based on common sense. But again, I'm talking about the future, so take it with a grain of salt. But I strongly believe that we are going to have a currency crisis because of the common sense idea of having that. So if that's the case, there will be significant amount of money coming in. So in order for this 25 trillion to go to the economy, banks have to give loans to people. So in the last crisis, what happened was 2007, 8, 9, what happened was most of the loan that was given went to the richest companies in the world, the billion dollar companies. And because of that, we learned a lesson that out of the $7 trillion that was printed, I'll stop now, Teresa, before I go into too much technical details. But out of the $7 trillion, $6 trillion went into big corporations. And instead of investing that into innovation, they ended up buying their own stocks. They ended up buying their own stocks to increase their stock value. So now we are in a crisis. Imagine there is a boat that has, since we are using the boat metaphor, if there is a hole in the boat and then water is coming out of the hole, all of a sudden, the people in the boat, they're like, oh my gosh, we have a water fountain. Let's use that. Let's capitalize the water fountain. And they would say, you know what, kids, let's go ahead and place a water slide on this hole, the water that is spilling out of the hole. But the bottom line is the ship is sinking. That's a reality. But that's what we did before COVID. But once COVID hit, we reached a point, there was an economic heartbreak. Like all of a sudden, the patient, the economy patient was in ventilator, and then we are trying to boost the economy, trying to solve this problem. And as you're trying to solve this problem, we might get into a currency type crisis. That's why credit is going to be available, because there is enormous amount money has to be printed and made available to the world. There will be significant more money coming from all the governments all over the world for businesses to take it to the next level. So that's where it is. So you have probability of having like good business ideas, could have good business loans in different parts of the world because of what is happening right now. So that is a good news. And who are the companies that are going to succeed in this world? They have a special type of attribute. They have a special attribute that is helping them to grow in this business. But do you have any questions based on what I said? And if you guys are listening to this and if you have a question, put that in the comment. I'll be happy to answer.
No, I actually think that was a lot of information, great information. And I think that there's a little bit of an echo again. It's okay. I believe that my belief is that we, again, looking at where we are right now, and of course things are changing, and the way businesses work and so forth. A lot of us have gone online, as we are now, many of us, and so it's looking at your business, and if you had to recreate your business, what could that look like? What's possible? And even if you have to get super creative, or even it sounds crazy of what's possible, but just to explore what could you do if you had to change something to be more creative in your business? What could that be? And then look at what would it take to actually make that happen. And maybe that is getting support through some sort of financial support, whatever it is. But it's that's when we can actually then start to create a vision and then get the support system around us to help us move forward.
Got it. So how does business succeed in the new world? That is also a question, right? So in order for us to succeed, by the way, there are people from different countries signing in. I see Irmao Rodrigo de Saboya. Hopefully I didn't butcher your name, but I kind of got it like somewhat okay. So thank you guys from like several countries. You guys are following us from several countries. Irmao is from Brazil. Please help me pronounce that more properly next time. And the idea is this is a time where entrepreneurs are going to become heroes, right? From now, the people who are going to save this world are entrepreneurs. The people who have great ideas that they implement to take our humanity to the next level. So whenever we went into a crisis, we went through a lot of crises. World War I, World War II. Now, with this World War III, with COVID. So when we go through this situation, what happens is human creativity go to the roof. When we feel that life is easy and then nothing has to be done, our creativity drops. We become complacent. We are like, okay, it's fine. America started being complacent. Like, it's okay. We are happy. We have money. We have everything. And then Americans, generally us, and I don't know about Canadians. You tell me about Canadians. Us, we started becoming, it's okay. We are happy. We don't need to work really hard anymore. We could go through an average life. But that is not going to be okay anymore. Because of this, there are so many more people who are going to be poor, and so many businesses are going to run out of money. And when that happens, and when that happens, you need to be resourceful. Use your ideas and come up with creative ways to do business. Come up with a virtual idea, how to run a business in a virtual way, like how to manage a business in a virtual way, how to use resources from all over the world to reduce your cost, how to be intelligent in terms of spending money, how to be creative and innovative and come up with new ideas to do business. But if there is one word that I would like you to remember in terms of building a business in the future, starting now, is the word adaptability. Adaptability. So there are 3 levels of adaptability that we talk about in our organization. One level of adaptability is reactive, right? Reacting is some sort of adaptability. Something happens, you're reacting, right? You're like, okay, COVID happened. Okay, I don't know what to do. Let's react. That is the lowest level of adaptability. The second level of adaptability is proactive adaptability. Proactive adaptability is like you are trying to, like something happens, it's about to happen, and then you are very proactively adapting to what is happening right now. So you are proactively responding to COVID, proactively responding to economic crisis. You're proactively responding to other things, which is a second level. But the third level of people are going to be winning in the world. Like, mark my words, if you're watching this video in 2020, you come back in 2030, these are going to be the people who are going to succeed in this world. When you come back, this is going to be true, right? So these are the people. So you ready for it? People who are, next level anticipation adaptability. So what is an anticipation adaptability? So which is like people who are anticipating what is about to happen, right? Like you guys right now, you're watching in like 8 different channels right now from 14 different countries or more at this time. And these people like you who would anticipate, who want to know like what is about to happen and anticipate that and adapt to that in advance, even before it happens. That's where miracles happen. That's where businesses will move to the next level. That's where you find your new idea that could become a $1 million company or a $10 million company or a $100 million company or a $1 billion company. But you would find that idea when you are anticipating. So something happens if you like, you have seen dominoes, right? If you guys know what dominoes are like, you have like little things standing, and one thing starts another thing, and it keeps on going to a series of action. Life is like that. COVID is like that. Economy is like that. COVID will affect something else. That will affect something else. That will affect something else. That will affect something else. But for you as a business owner, your job is to constantly look for what happened right now. It's reactive. What is happening next is proactive. What is happening next to next is anticipation. You're like, because of COVID, this will happen. Because of that, this will happen. You know what? Because of that, something else will happen. And you find that out and solve that problem before it happens. And then you start adapting to that before it happens. The business world is yours to keep.
Yeah, great. Nicely said. I'll add just a couple things to what you've just said so beautifully. With regards to moving forward, and think about everyone out there who's listening right now. Think about someone you know or know of that has made that pivot and is shifting their business to and still making it happen. Who do you know out there who's done that or know of who's done that? And what I would say to you is to reach out to that person or reach out to someone who knows that person and start to build a network of people who are doing these things to help you in planning how you can actually redesign. Follow the leaders that are there and become one of those leaders. Because we look at, oh my goodness, you could be thinking, oh my goodness, the economy, it's failing and all of that and so forth, and it's not doing so well. But ask yourself this question: what if you are the economy? If you're the economy, then it's really your choice and up to you to actually build it, rather than the economy being outside of our control. If we take the economy on as being the economy, then we have more control. And I just want to add, Rubel, we're doing something on Saturday. Can I just announce something?
Oh yeah, please do.
On Saturday, I'm hosting with two other amazing people a workshop, which is to plan out a winning 2021 workshop from 10 a.m. Eastern until 3:30 p.m. Eastern. If anyone's interested in having a conversation, if they want to participate, you can always reach out to me. And can I just announce my email here?
Or do you have a link to that?
No, they just have to directly speak to me.
Okay. Yeah. So let's put your. Do you want me to put your eCircle email?
Sure, use that. Yeah. So it's just to help. If you're interested, we're doing a workshop, and it's to plan out 2021 in your business, entrepreneur, business builder, what you want to create in 2021 and make it a winning year. But again, going back to, you are the economy. And so therefore, look out there. There are people succeeding. There are people doing things and changing. Reach out to those people, connect, build that network of game changers, people that have had to step up and be part of that. Learn from them. Don't be doing it alone.
Absolutely. Awesome. So I put Teresa's link there. It's in several places. If you want to reach out to Teresa, her team will respond to you, and then you might not be able to you might not be able to directly talk with her yet, but one of her team members will respond to you and give you access to this training and go from there. So this is incredible, Teresa. So the bottom line, guys, is, like Teresa said in the beginning, fear is there. Fear has intelligence. There is value for fear, but use fear as a tool to move your business to the next level. So no matter where you are, what country you are, what is going on anywhere in the world, whether you're from Brazil or Canada or US or Australia or UK or UAE or India or any other country, any of the other, Bahrain or any of the countries that we support you in your business. It doesn't matter where you are or what is going on. What matters is, like Teresa said, you are the economy. Once you are able to find that certainty within you, that confidence within you to take your life to the next level, take your business to the next level, you will find a way. Human beings are fully capable of handling any kind of situations as long as they're committed. And like Teresa said, as long as they make it a must for them. Like Teresa said, one thing is like if you don't have food for your children for tomorrow, if you don't have food for your children for tomorrow, you will find a way. You will find a way because it's a must for you. So just like that, when growing a business become a must, when you're growing a business is a must for you, when scaling a business is a must for you, when you have a greater mission and greater purpose for what you do, when you have passion for what you do, and when you're focused on creating that income and impact, and you focus on those things and then delegate other things to other people in your team, and keep focusing on scaling a business and adding value to people, there is nothing that could stop you. No economy challenge, no healthcare challenge, or no other challenge could stop you, as long as you're focused into moving that. Business might fail completely, but you know what, you will figure out another way. If you might reach a point you are not able to move forward anymore, and then you will find a way for you to move forward again.
Yeah, and people do incredible things when there's a must. If you need to help someone, there's incredible things we know people have done that we could not believe, but it's because they had no option. They had to do it. But the other thing too is, again, I stress that community is so important. And if you need support, don't do it alone. Sometimes we need direction. Sometimes we need just that little bit of push. And start accepting the gifts of people who actually believe in your dream, whatever your vision is. And the ones that are coming with the gift of fear, it's okay. They can keep their gift of fear, but maybe you can inspire them.
Absolutely. And with that, if you want to double your productivity and grow your business to the next level, use that. 30 days, you could double your productivity. You could actually get our free training, which is one of the best trainings in productivity. And we are actually giving it to you for free as a gift for being part of our community. Anybody who's in part of our community is getting that. Just enter your email address and you will get access to that training. And then I look forward to, Teresa and I look forward to seeing you in one of our trainings that is conducted all over different parts of the world. And have an amazing day.
Thank
Bye.
you. Well,
Thank you for your time, Teresa. Appreciate it.
Bye-bye.